Hello, this is Spencer Green. I am doing the annotating project for Walking Dictionaries class. Two things before we get started. I am in my room because it is the only really secluded place I know of. But that being said, it is very loud on my floor. Um, so you'll probably hear some background noise, and I apologize for that. Secondly, I'm going to get into kind of a heavy topic. There's going to be light mentions of a lot of things that can be triggering for a lot of people. So, uh, yeah, that being said, let's get into it. My project is on the word trigger. Oxford English Dictionary has a few definitions. The main noun definition is a movable catch or lever, pulling or pressing of which releases a detent or spring, sets up some mechanism in action. You know, like a trigger of a gun, for lack of a better thought. For verb, it is to act as a trigger, causing another event, something that causes something else. It sets it off. And the nouns are also just other versions of this. Um, None of those really fit my word for it, my use, which is something that brings up a mental health term for something that brings up a flashback or memories of something extremely distressing to a person. A few good definitions. A trigger is something that sets off a memory tape or flashback, transporting a person back to an event of his or her original trauma. Um, that was one of the best definitions I could find. Um, this has been used as like, oh, this is my trigger. Please, can we not talk about this? And in a lot of stories, some people have put on trigger warnings with things like trigger warning, suicide mention, sexual assault reference, rape reference, those kinds of things. And there's been some debate over like how severe like the definition of the word, and it's kind of been starting to sort out because this is a word of the internet and it is very disorganized. Been sorting out into squick and trigger. Squick is something that can cause someone to feel intense disgust, um, it or distress. Really, it would be kind of a lower form of trigger. Trigger would be like actually damaging to somebody's mental health. Um, this is in this Oxford English Dictionary website, but not the official one, so I don't know. Take that as you will. Um, Trigger, the phrase trigger came about, according to this article, in about the 90s or in 2000s on feminist websites, message boards like Bitch Magazine, Miss Magazine's website, and such. They'd have trigger warnings on their things to warn people who might have gone through these traumas. It got popular in places that use fan fiction, because hmm, fan fiction can have some stuff in it. But um, it got popular on Tumblr and LiveJournal, and it's getting more popular in the media today, although there is a lot of debate over it. And but that's not what we're really here to talk about. Um, the first publication I could find to have trigger in it, I believe, is this book called The Trigger, which is about a sexual assault victims. I believe they're using the trigger in that manner, but I can't actually see it in a sentence because I don't actually have access to the book. Um, the first book I'm sure that has it is What is a Trigger, 2009. A book about explaining triggers to children who probably have them, or know children who have them. Um, Trigger warning, popped up around 90s, 2000s. If we look at engrams, it there's some use of it, probably because this also includes like warning of something triggering off, the other definitions of the word, but it really like spikes around the 80s, 90s, 2000s. Yeah, I think that's it.